Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Nikki A, and we're going to go ahead and get right into the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe because it does help the channel.
Help me! Help me!
But we're going to get right into the review. Everybody is back from the trip and is getting into their daily routines. We have Karen, who is enjoying her in-home sauna.
I love it. I love it.
And I'm here for it. I want two things in my home. I want an in-home sauna and a steam shower. I deal with anxiety and things of that nature, and I feel like that would help and things be very therapeutic. So I'm here for that. Ashley, we see, has Dean locked up so that she can TikTok. We have Mia, who was opening another joint.
Okay.
And then we get to Robyn and Giselle, and they are finishing up their podcast, Reasonably Shady. They have been nominated for an NAACP Image Award, which is a really, really, really great thing. And they have millions of downloads and things of that nature. So congrats to them.
Yes,
They are discussing their live show. They're going to take the podcast live. And so they're just discussing the plans with that. And then Giselle says that her kids, she discusses their Sweet 16 birthday party. And Giselle says that the girls don't want her at their party because they hate her. You're probably more so just of an embarrassment for them. And it's the way you show yourself on this show, honey, is I can understand. Robyn says that she, brings up the whole prenup thing, that she has that on her to-do list. Giselle asks her how that's going, and Robyn says she thought that she was going to be able to have a quiet moment on the trip to go over the prenup information, but that didn't happen. I'm sure, Robyn, that there was a quiet moment at some point, but maybe if you weren't so busy following Giselle around, you could have handled your business. Maybe instead of being at the pool or what have you, and up Giselle's butt, maybe you could have taken a few moments to yourself to take that laptop out and go over the prenup information.
So there.
No. Giselle says that Ashley had said that Wendy was singing a different song to Robyn at the club when they had went out that last night and everybody was drunk and whatnot. And see, I told y'all that Ashley is the gopher. She runs information back to Giselle to stay on her good side. That is Ashley's job. You cannot, if you don't want anything getting back to Giselle, don't tell it to Ashley, because she is definitely going to go run and tell that, okay? Robyn goes, she was all like, oh, Robyn, I love you, and I want to fix our relationship. And I was like, girl, this has been going on for a year now. So, Robyn, you are still mad at Wendy for what she said about your relationship, which you started by bringing up a rumor to the show and then saying that she has no substance because she got surgery. Which also, by the way, I meant to mention this in my last video. Karen has had surgery recently, and nobody has said anything negative about her. But Wendy gets surgery, and all of a sudden, it's because she's insecure about a rumor floating around about her husband. And y'all act like she's not supposed to be upset about that. Robyn, you need to stop. Wendy doesn't owe you anything. Robyn then says she has reached out to Candace to meet up and talk about things because she was upset about the whole speaker thing. Giselle says she doesn't have the right to be upset. Actually, she does. If they are friends, then you address Candace personally. You did it to try to make her look away. You didn't even listen to the whole live, Robyn. That girl spoke positively about you on the live, which shows you had trifling motives. So you and Giselle can miss me.
Pick somebody else. Pick somebody else.
We move on. We've got Candace and Chris. They are in their backyard trying to prepare for a party to celebrate Candace now having 2 degrees. And I believe she said she got her master's in business. So very, very proud of Candace. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. School is no joke. And so very, very proud of her for that. She invited Karen and says that she was wrong for what she said. I'm going to take a moment just to say this real quick. Candace, you have to learn how to be in between the lines with your shadiness. Obviously, this is a show that is centered around being shady. So I don't have a problem with a shady moment here or there. But you have to know how to be in between the lines, or more covert, if you will. For example, when Ashley said, so many people have been telling me stuff about Karen and Ray. Your response should have been, well, I heard, or someone told me she was still get out of town with someone that's not Ray. But I don't believe it, though. You know she's crazy about Ray. Or you could have asked her, you know, do you believe it? What do you think is going on? And when she told her lie and said, no, she doesn't believe it, then that's when you jump in and say, yeah, me neither, because you know Karen loves her some Ray. That's how you play the game. That's how you do that. Because I guarantee you, because later on, we see that you and Karen have a conversation, and Karen understands that Ashley, you know, was involved. And when Karen goes to have a conversation with Ashley about this, she's going to say, oh, well, I wasn't being shady. I was just saying that a lot of people were telling me stuff about you. But Candace was the one that went ahead and talked about the rumor. I didn't talk about any rumors. I just said I had heard. So even though, yes, she was being shady and she knew what she was doing, she gave herself leeway to be able to deny it and be like, oh, no, and wash her hands and still be innocent and be like, oh, no, that wasn't me. You need to learn how to do the same thing. If you're going to be shady, do it right.
I'm gonna tell him.
She says a producer told her that she said it. And that's how she knows that she has said what she has said. Then she said she heard from Robyn, and that Robyn is the one that she looks up to the most and trusts the most. Candace, no shade, but how do you look up to Robyn when you have everything she doesn't? Moving on, Candace's period is late, so she might be pregnant. And her and Chris have a conversation about it, and it was really nice to see them enjoying each other and being lovey-dovey and, you know, not arguing and cursing each other out. So that was cute.
Oh. All right.
We move on. We are back at Karen's house. She is preparing her own live show. And apparently she stole the idea from the Green Eyed Bandits. But she tried to say her friendship with Wendy Williams is what brought that on. Karen, you definitely tried it. Stop it. Also, because Karen said something along the lines of, you know, I feel like it would be a really good time to do this show and bring it to people. We made it through a pandemic, so it's a good time for laughter and sharing food and all these things. I really wish people would stop saying we made it through a pandemic. The vid has gone nowhere. We are still very much in a panorama. So please wear your masks and sanitize. Everything else that's involved with the panorama is up to each individual's discretion. But as for me and my mask, it don't move.
It don't move.
Okay? It don't move. Then they start talking about, and by they, I mean Karen and her longtime friend Matt, who she says she's known since 17, and he basically helps her with her production of her shows and things of that nature. They start talking about the show and talking about doing 3 musical numbers and a Q&A session and having a drag queen performer and several outfit changes and a Diana Ross moment. Like, why is this so much going on? Huh? Like, why is this so much extra? Like, why do we need? And then I think they said it was only supposed to be 75 minutes or like an hour and a half. Who? Why are you trying to do all of that? Cut it out. She needs one outfit. The Q&A session would be cute. Maybe have one performance. That's it. She don't need all that. And then, you know, some time for food and chat, little drink, little champagne. You know, we don't need all of that extra. That's doing a lot for no reason. Karen then mentions that the Green Eye Bandits are doing a live show as well. And the Matt dude was like, oh, but they have a podcast though. Karen goes, I know they're taking the podcast live. And he goes, it doesn't just seem all that interesting.
What he said, what now?
Now, Robyn and Giselle, but mostly Robyn, I want you at the reunion to be all over Karen like you were on Candace. And I'm going to leave that at that. Wendy and Eddie are coming back from Chicago. Had to make sure I didn't say it like Wendy trying to have me out here slipping. Wendy had a keynote speaking engagement in Chicago. Wendy cannot say Chicago correctly, but it was really cute. Chicago. She's like, I'm saying it, you know, like the mobsters, you know, like the gangsters. And he was like, but you're not a gangster, so I'm going to need you to correct it. Okay. Wendy is planning to get surgery to have kidney stone removal, but doesn't know if she's going to have time to do such. And Eddie tells her that she needs to prioritize her health, and she says that she is going to do that. Robyn and Candace meet up. We find out that Robyn's good friend and hairstylist for over 16 years lost her sister and brother-in-law to a car accident. And I do want to take the time to say that my condolences go out to her and her family. I'm so sorry to hear that that happened, and it is never easy losing a loved one. You never prepared for it, and it is very difficult, so I'm very sorry to hear that. Robyn says that life is so short, and so it's important for her to squash any beef that she has with people she cares about. Robyn says she considers Candace like a little sister, or to be like a little sister. Now, Robyn, I know that you are grieving for your friend right now, but if Candace is like a sister to you, then you did not have to do what you did. You could have gone to her separately and said, hey sis, I'm not included in this, right? Or you could have given the common decency to listening of all, since that's your favorite word, all, everyone, all. You could have listened to all of the live before you try to put her on blast for it.
I see straight through you.
Since you see her as your little sister. That's not how you do family, boo. Candace says that she's the only person in the group that she feels like that with as well, and starts crying. And this is what I mean when I say Candace is very easy to play. All you have to do is use words like sister, or say you care about her, or that you have a bond with her, and she is putty in your hands. Candace, you need to find your backbone. Candace says she doesn't understand why Robyn couldn't just talk to her if she felt like anything was directed at her. Then Robyn says, well, who were you talking to? Because I do remember you questioning my loyalty. And this is why I say Robyn is playing her. Because now she's twisting things. Yes, Robyn, she questioned your loyalty after you put her on blast in front of the whole group instead of going to her privately. Anybody would question someone's friendship at that point. Now you're gaslighting her.
Not on my watch.
Then Robyn tries to point out that she's been supportive, and I'm doing air quotes when I say supportive, to Candace through the Chris and Giselle thing. And let's also remind everybody, just like I brought out in my last video for episode 9, that Robyn was sitting up here telling Giselle that Candace is over dramatizing everything to Chris. Or did you forget that you had said that? Of all the narcissistic BS, like, if this isn't narcissism right here, and I'm not trying to call Robyn a narcissist, but this is narcissistic behavior right here. And Robyn, that does not absolve you of what you did. You don't get to say, well, I supported you in one matter, so you can't be upset at me for stabbing you in the back for this situation. No, true friendship is consistent. So, Robyn, you can miss me, and Candace, you need to watch your back.
You hear what I'm telling you?
Candace says she understands where Robyn is coming from, and I don't know how, because Robyn doesn't have a leg to stand on. Because that girl showed you love on the live. Robyn tells her to be more specific in the future. Robyn, she was specific. You did not listen to the whole live. You only listened to enough to give you a moment, and now you think you get to play victim. Again, Candace, watch your back. Mia has a joint opening and only Karen showed up. I screamed. Like, only Karen. Karen and G. That's it. That showed you, though, that nobody likes you, Mia. And you were being used to get Wendy off the show. But go off, sis. Okay? Go off. Not Mia said Jeremiah is the future CEO. Of what, girl? Of debt and BS? Because you have no business, ma'am. Production asked her to explain what the business deal was that fell through. And Mia says, I'm not sure. I'm tired of lawyers right now. But you're the CEO. Okay, girl. If you're really a boss, you should have known how to be able to give an answer that would not get you in trouble legally. Because real bosses know how to do that. No tea, no shade. Karen says it was a no-brainer for her to show up for Mia and that she doesn't throw her friendships away and that she takes them seriously. But you threw Candace and Wendy away, though. Moving on. Mia's mama didn't even show up.
Oh. All right.
We move on again. Ashley goes to see Uncle Lump and his wife. Ashley shares that she and Michael have been arguing in front of Dean, and he covers his ears and yells and tells them to stop. That's really sad. As a kid growing up, I was a product of, my parents, arguing in the home. And I just, from the child's point of view, I can definitely understand how unhealthy that is. So I really do feel for the babies in the situation. Ashley says she doesn't know how she's going to feel living in a house with 2 kids by herself. So I feel like this must be the setup for them for not actually getting a divorce. But we're going to find out. We're going to have to keep watching. We're going to find out. She says she's scared to do this by herself and to be on her own, and she starts crying.
I don't feel no ways.
Girl, ain't nobody buying them tears. You can keep them tears to yourself. Okay? Like, you can stop. Like, I yawned and was ready for the next scene, which we're going to move on to right now. Candace is picking up Dorothy from the airport. She tells her mom she might be pregnant. Dorothy says, oh, well, then maybe y'all calm down and y'all stop cursing. And Candace basically said her mouth don't move.
It ain't changing over here.
She gonna say what it is that she gonna say and keep it pushing, and ain't nobody gonna check her. So, but I kind of feel like, because motherhood does change you, so I feel like there will be adjustments that Candace would and will make once she becomes a mommy. Because Candace has a really big heart, and she's gonna have the biggest heart for her child and for her children. So I have no doubt about that. We think we know everything till things happen, and then it's like, oh, okay. Anyways, we move on. We get to the Sweet 16. The twins do look amazing. Jamal gets there. Ashley, Robyn, and Sharice come. Giselle and Jamal give speeches about their daughters. And that was really it. It wasn't really much to this moment. Candace is throwing her party. And Candace goes outside and there's a snake in the yard. And Dorothy says, now Candace, I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming, but there she is. She came anyway.
I love it. I love it.
The scream, I scrumped, okay? And I will say this, it is nice to see Dorothy going in on someone else besides Candace. And you're going in on the right one. Because if you're going to go in on anybody in this group, it needs to be Giselle, okay? And Giselle, I do not want to hear you at the reunion talking about how you felt like Dorothy was disrespectful. Because when Dorothy was doing it to her own daughter, you didn't have anything to say in support of Candace. So I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth about how you felt about this moment.
Okay.
Breathe, shake, and let it go. Ray and Karen attend the party. Candace, I don't like this wig. It's definitely giving Garcelle on her first season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I've got to get you. Hooray!
Like, it's not, I'm sorry. I didn't like that wig. I usually go up for Candace's hair because she gives us braids. She gives us locks. She gives us bantu knots. She gives us hair wraps. She gives us afro. She gives us, the flat iron. She gives us everything. Like, she literally gives us everything when it comes to the hairstyle. I didn't like this wig. I feel like she just threw it on. She just got to shake and go and was like, let me get downstairs. I'm just about to throw this on. I didn't like it. Candace says that Chris and Dorothy are fine. She says that Chris wants peace because he loves her daughter. And Dorothy apologized the best way she knew how. That's some BS. And we all know it. And honestly, really, it's the programming. Like what I was saying in my last review, Candace has just been programmed to go through her relationships in this way. And it's sad, and I can't. Robyn shows up. Girl, what is you got on? I low-key felt like she was trying to copy Candace's style from when they had met up the other day and she had failed miserably. Like she needed to go back in and come back out with something else. Because girl. Sharice shows up with her daughter. They're twins. That was really cute. And then Wendy shows up very proud. Come on, 2 degrees. 2 degrees. And I'm not gonna lie, I low-key got a bit choked up. Like, I didn't cry or anything, but I really, it tugged at my heart because I felt the genuineness in Wendy's pride for Candace. Like, that was real. And Candace, you need to pay attention because not only did Wendy show up for you, but she cheered you on. And despite her little jokey joke moment in the confessional, that is a real friend. Wendy said, I'm here for all of the degrees, honey. It's not 4, but it's 2. And I thought that was cute. Wendy was going to throw in something about her 4 degrees, honey, But Candace has 2. And I really do feel like coming from, an educational background and Wendy being, African, Nigerian, all of those things, like that was real pride. Wendy is very, 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 very proud of Candace. And especially from one dark-skinned black woman to another. Oh, Wendy was here for that. Like, in real life, Wendy was here for that. And that, for me, was the best moment of this whole episode because I felt like it was the realest moment of the whole episode. So, I really went up for that. We find out Candace is not pregnant, but she's going to finish her egg retrieval process. Karen asks Robyn, when is the wedding date, girl? What's happening? When you get married, we got a dress, we got a date, we got a venue, what's going on? We got food, we got the cake, what's that? And Robyn says, we're working on our plans, and it's going to be a private ceremony, just the 4 of us. By the 4 of us, Robyn means her wig, and her 2 shoulders, because ain't going to be no wedding, baby. And there's no wedding. Ain't going to be there ain't nobody getting married. Not to Robyn, okay? Karen says, just say, hey, this ain't for me and why we like shacking or doing whatever it is that we, that we do. And it ain't none of y'all business. And I would mind my business. Same, Karen. Same. Okay? Wendy comes over to talk to Robyn. She tells Robyn she misses her. Wendy, why?
Oh my God, no.
Like, why, Wendy? Then Robyn basically says, why didn't you want to have that conversation without anyone else around where you didn't feel the need to win a debate? Again with the gaslighting. Robyn, y'all attacked her family. Then she gets attacked in Miami and you support the person who attacked her. Why would she want to play nice with you? What moment did you give her to where she felt comfortable enough to play nice with you? On top of the fact that you always up under Giselle's behind. So she took the moment when you were free of Giselle to have a real moment with you. Same at Candace's house. Because if Giselle was there, she probably would not have approached you on some real stuff. But because Giselle was not there, you were free from Giselle's influence and having to please her and kiss her butt. She said, let me go over here and try to have a real moment. Wendy then apologizes again and then begs Robyn to apologize to her.
I am disgusted.
Because it was unnecessary, Wendy, and you did not owe her that. If anything, Robyn owes you an apology 2 times over. Because in both situations, you had done nothing wrong, and she did not support you, but yet she wants to sit here and try to say that she was your friend.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
No. So then we get to Candace and Karen. Candace apologizes to Karen. Karen says that she was being messy and drunk with a demon.
Now hold on.
Candace, here's the thing, okay, my good girl. You always say this, but then you always allow Ashley to take you there. So when do you realize once and for all that she is not your friend? And when do you once and for all stop giving her friend energy? When do you have your game face on when she has her game face on? And stop falling for the BS. When do you do that? Because I'm sick of you every single time she stabs you in the back. It's Ashley is evil, and Ashley is a demon, and Ashley is the devil, and she's conniving, and she's sneaky, and she's plots, and she schemes. So if you know that about her, watch yourself around her. Period.
Learn something from this.
Karen then asks if Ashley was lit that night too. Candace says she was. Karen says, oh, so Ashley was being shady too. Yeah, Karen, so have smoke for Ashley too. And don't fall for her BS, because you know how Ashley is. So if you got your eye open on Candace, have it open on Ashley too. Next, we see Ray is over here telling Chris that he should apologize to Giselle, and absolutely not. Chris asks, why should he apologize when he didn't do anything wrong? Ray says, oh, because she misunderstood your intentions. Uncle Ben. So Chris is supposed to apologize because she misunderstood him? Do you realize how that sounds? So because Giselle had a preconceived misunderstanding of Chris unrelated to anything that he actually did, he is supposed to apologize?
Pick somebody else. Pick somebody else. I'm not a...
No, sir. With all due disrespect. Production then asks, why not just say, I'm sorry you felt uncomfortable? And Chris says, because I feel like I'm admitting to doing some wrong when I didn't actually do anything wrong. And period, point blank, end of story.
No, like hardcore. I'm not playing that game.
Shout out to everybody. I had fun. Word to the Brooke Ashley. Okay?
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Candace says, and let's say they do meet up. We don't know what else Giselle is going to say, because who knew she was even going to say this? Exactly. We move on. Candace thanks everyone for coming. Chris is overwhelmed. He goes outside. He's pissed off. He's very much upset, and he has every right to be. And I know a lot of people were saying, you know, I wish that he had stayed inside for Candace's speech, but when you get overwhelmed like that, you just need space before you let somebody have it that don't deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to, like, you have to miss a moment, because, and I've been in that situation, so I understand where Chris was coming from. Like, he needed air and space, okay? And basically, Candace, you know, thanks her mom. She shed some tears, and that was really the episode. There wasn't a lot going on, so this is going to be short and cute and sweet. Probably the shortest video that I have put out for Housewives so far. And I'm going to keep it short and cute, so I'm going to just end it here and say, please, again, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see y'all back for episode 11. Bye, y'all.